Hey, what's up, my nacho cheese? Just kidding. You guys are people. And this is a battle against Fulham, and this is an PU match, which I like to call pretty useless, which is always a lolzy tier because it is the lowest tier on the Smogan tier chart. So let's go ahead and give it a try. I am, bringing Dustbuster, which is a Pokemon a lot of you have requested, and seemed like a perfect opportunity to bring it, but I will not lead with it. And I end up leading with Mutang as I decide to lead with Marowak, because I just go for the Stealth Rock. Seems like an obvious play, as he also goes for the Stealth Rock, so both of us getting our rocks up, which is going to be a nuisance to the other player. I kind of thought that he wouldn't risk staying in, but I'm just going to go ahead and go for the knockoff now, figuring that he might actually switch, not wanting to take a Bone Meringue. But he does have the Ice Punch, which is going to freeze me, which sucks. My knockoff nearly actually killed him, but I am still frozen, trying to stay in, trying to thaw to kill this thing, and I do survive at 3 HP and then thaw, so that was pretty awesome for me. I just killed him with a Bone Meringue. Good day, Mr. Metang, and that was pretty awesome to get that thaw right there. So he goes into Drifblim now, and I'm just, I think, going to stay and try to knock off. I know he's probably just going to kill me anyway, but I really don't know what kind of set this is, since Drifblim can be a number of different sets. And now that I see the Shadow Ball, I'm pretty much convinced it's a special set. Probably with Calm Mind. So I go into my Bear Tick, and I do that mainly so I can try to get a super effective Ice move off on it. He's going to go ahead and go for the sub, so that tells me this thing probably carries some kind of berry, but you know what? I actually have a priority move on this Bear Tick, and it's called Aqua Jet, and it's a pretty obviously cool little move. So I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to try to sub down to his berry. If I go for the Aqua Jet at the right time, I should be able to prevent him from subbing again, and maybe even get the kill with my priority move afterwards. So, looking at the HP, it looks like he's going to try to sub down to 1 HP now. So I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet to prevent that from happening. And as you can see, I do get off the Aqua Jet, and it is going to prevent him from subbing again. He does activate his berry, but I still have the Aqua Jet, obviously, and it will kill at this point. So he's not going to be able to set up his strats against me. He is going to switch out, though. Which is a rather curious move since he goes into Monferno, which is weak to water, and it's pretty obvious I was just going to continue going for Aqua Jet since it's going with... I was trying to kill the, Drifblim, so that's a pretty curious play, although I guess he is super effective against Ice, but still. I'm just going to go into Politoed to take whatever he wants to do. I know that he has Mach Punch, obviously, because most Infernapes carry that, so it just makes sense that Monferno would. And, I'm just going to now try to kill this Monferno as he decides to go back into Drifblim. Basically, as death fodder at this point, I can't imagine him thinking that he would actually know he's going to die to the Stealth Rocks, that's right. So yeah, it is just completely death fodder. And Politoed is going to continue to munch on his leftovers as my opponent goes out into Raichu. And Raichu obviously is probably going to go for an electric move, so I'm obviously going to switch out. And I go out into my Bear Tick again, basically as death fodder. I did lose Marowak, which was really my one thing on my team that could really take an electric move. So, yeah, I do lose Bear Tick, but he did a good job, so there's that. And so now I'm going to go into the cute, adorable Pokemon you have all been waiting for. Dustbuster returns. And as you recall, this is a Choice Scarf Dustbuster, and now it does indeed love me. So I go for a return, and look at that damage. One-hit KOing that Raichu. Who says Dustbuster is useless? Who says that? As he goes into Monferno, and I do not want to take a Mach Punch, obviously. So I do switch out, and I do decide to switch out now into my Lievany, which does resist Mach Punch, although I actually don't have even a neutrally effective move on this Lievany. It's a Swords Dance set with, I think, Leaf Blade, X-Scissor, and then another thing this thing resists. I forget what it is. But either way, I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade, and it does kill Monferno, even with his Eviolite, because Monferno is probably made out of paper. Actually, it is made out of paper, I know that for a fact. So he goes into his own grass thing, his grass monkey. He's going to just go ahead and Gunk Shot me, which he is going to kill. But this thing is actually a pretty diverse Pokemon, so I'm just going for the X-Scissor, just in case he over-predicts. I didn't really want to take whatever he can do on something else. I do have my Dodrio I can go into. This is a Choice Banded Dodrio, and I'm just going to try to go for the Brave Bird. He ends up outspeeding me and goes for that knockoff. And thankfully it doesn't kill, as I'm able to get off a Brave Bird. It will make us both go down, however, and obviously due to my recoil. But that puts his last Pokemon at Ditto, which I saw obviously in Team Preview. And you know what? I'm just going to go into Dustbuster, because I feel like I need to give him a handicap at this point so we both can have Dustbusters, and that's, you know, I'm just being a good sport. Unfortunately, though, you'll see in a minute that his Dustbuster, well, just isn't as good as my Dustbuster, because guess what, guys? The one thing Ditto cannot copy is love, and, you know, the power of love is just too strong. Look how much damage my return does. See how much damage his return does? His Ditto doesn't love him. My Dustbuster loves me, and due to the power of Dustbuster love, I take out that Ditto. So, good game there, Fulham. I guess what you need to do is make sure that your Dustbuster just loves you like my Dustbuster does. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go into today's question of the day. Some of you who have nicknamed Pokemon, what is your favorite or best nickname you've ever given a Pokemon? As for me, how can I say that it's not Dustbuster? It's the only Pokemon that I really nickname anymore, because it's Dustbuster. It's the cutest little thing, and I don't even know why I named it Dustbuster, but it is. Actually, I do know why, because Centrit's tail reminds me of a Dustbuster. Either way, yeah, leave a comment about that, or if you don't nickname Pokemon, say why, or come up with a nickname that you think is clever and post it anyway. We'll leave a comment about that, and see you guys next time. Later.